One bright morning in the grand court of Vijayanagara, King Krishnaya sat on his golden throne, listening to the concerns of his ministers. The court was bustling with activity, as noblemen, scholars, and traders gathered to discuss matters of the kingdom. Suddenly, a distressed royal treasurer stepped forward and bowed deeply. "Your Majesty," he said, "there is a serious problem in the kingdom. Large sums of gold coins are mysteriously disappearing from the royal treasury. No thief has been caught, and yet the coins vanish." The king's eyes narrowed. "This is unacceptable. We must find the culprit immediately," he declared. The ministers whispered among themselves, but no one had a solution. Finally, one of them spoke. "Your Majesty, there is only one man who can solve this. Tenali Rama." King Krishnadevaya nodded. "Summon him at once." Tenali Rama arrived, bowing respectfully before the king. "Your Majesty, I have heard of this troubling matter. If you allow me, I will catch the thief, but I need a little time." The king agreed, and Tenali set his plan into motion. That night, Tenali Rama visited the treasury and carefully examined the chests. There were no signs of forced entry. Everything was in perfect order. This meant that the thief was someone inside the palace who had access to the treasury. The next day, Tenali Rama went to the king and said, "Your Majesty, I have devised a plan. I need you to summon all the royal guards and treasurers who handle the gold coins." The king agreed and called them all to the court. The guards and officials stood in a line, confused but obedient. Tenali Rama then handed each of them a small stick and announced, "This is a magical stick. By tomorrow morning, the thief's stick will grow 2 inches longer than the rest. Keep these sticks with you tonight and return them tomorrow." The officials and guards looked at one another nervously but took their sticks that night. The real thief could not sleep. "What if my stick really grows?" he thought in fear. He decided to cut off 2 inches from his stick to avoid getting caught. The next morning, all the officials and guards returned, holding their sticks. Tenali Rama carefully examined each one. Then he pointed at one man and said, "Your Majesty, here is your thief." The guards immediately seized the trembling official. The king was astonished. "How did you know, Tenali?" Tenali Rama smiled and explained, "The sticks were not magical, but an innocent person would do nothing and return the stick as it was. The guilty man, fearing that his stick would grow, cut off 2 inches. That is how I knew he was the thief." The guilty official fell to his knees and confessed his crime. The king ordered that all the stolen gold be returned and that the thief be punished. As the wise man left the court, he chuckled to himself, "Greed blinds a person, but wit can always outsmart it."